Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time, we explored the depths of Twist Mountain in between Mistralton and Osiris cities. And this time, we are back in Driftvale, because there is yet another cave that will only open up after you have completed the Elite Four. It is right down here. Normally there will be a guy waiting here, but since we have defeated the Pokemon League, we can proceed. I'm going to bring out my dowsing machine immediately, because I'm pretty sure there is something that has been teasing us here this whole time. Yep, a rare bone. Anyone who likes to keep their dowsing machine on all the time, that's probably been driving you nuts this entire time. But anyway, this is the Clay Tunnel. Head on in here, and this cave is actually connected to quite a few areas we have already been to. So that's something that you'll probably be noticing as we go through here. There's quite a few trainers in this area, I believe 9 in total. But that's not the big allure of this area. The big allure of this area is that there are in fact legendary Pokemon hiding deep within this area. So you're definitely going to want to come prepared to do some catching, because you're going to be doing quite a bit of it. Alright, we have an Aron right here, which is interesting, and we're getting another Clutch Quick Claw, which is very nice. Although I feel like the one during the finale was probably the best one we will ever get. And down goes the first Pokemon, no trouble at all. Next up we have Sableye, which is an interesting one because it has no weaknesses as of this point in the series. So I think we're just going to use a Thunderbolt, because I can't honestly think of anything too much better to do. Alrighty. Nice, critical hit for good measure, down it goes. Now this area is pretty interesting to me, but there is one thing that is a little bit annoying about it. You don't require Rock Smash to get through this area, but you will need it on one of your Pokemon in order to do everything that you can possibly do here, which means I am going to have to at least temporarily teach it to someone on the team. I'm pretty much certain that at least one Pokemon on my team is capable of learning Rock Smash, so when we get there, we'll probably teach it, do the thing we need to do, and then switch back, just because it's Rock Smash. It's not very good, but it is actually needed for something in this cave. I feel like a lot of people overlook it, and I think it's not actually required to get everything. It just opens up a little bit of a shortcut, which I think is a really neat little detail that I feel a lot of people just skip over completely. I guess one thing I could mention is last episode was very long, almost 50 minutes in length. That's probably going to be more commonplace in the post-game, mainly because, as I've said before, I don't want to split dungeons in two in the post-game, simply because we'd be here quite a long time. Oh yes, that is something I forgot. You're also going to want to bring repels if you're anything like me, because there are no Pokemon that I want to catch in this area, which means I should probably throw up a repel as soon as possible, so I'm going to do that. I'll be honest, I meant to do that before starting the episode, but I actually forgot, so I must apologize for that. Man, our dowsing machine's going crazy here. Alrighty, this area is a little bit confusing, but we should be able to explore the entirety of it without too much trouble. I'm going to go up here this way first and challenge this guy. There we go. Excavate! Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, I think there are only 2 trainers in this first room right here, which isn't too terrible. We have Dugtrio coming out, which is not the best matchup for my Magnezone right here, but I think we could probably make it work. At least I think we can. Let's try Flash Cannon. Not sure how much that'll actually do against a ground type, but it's definitely worth a shot. Wow, that actually did a lot more than I was expecting it to, but I will definitely take that. Up next we have Excadrill, which is part Steel type, so we're going to be switching over to Lucario for this. I'm going to try and use as many of my team members as possible in this area, mainly because I'd like everyone to get at least to level 80 before moving on, although if we don't, that's no big deal, because we're coming up on a point where I will feel very comfortable doing a lot of grinding, which I'm honestly probably going to have to do because there are some trainers in this game, in fact quite a few, that have levels in the 90s or perhaps even up to 100. It's kind of crazy. We've been digging and digging, but wait a minute, do you have a Pokemon that's learned Rock Smash? We do not. But I'm going to teach it to somebody, so I will be right back. Alrighty, I got rid of Sludge Wave on Gastrodon and put Rock Smash on there, mainly because I can replace it back anytime I want. Anyway, we talked to this guy. Alright, we can break all the rocks if we work together. And that will clear up this little path. Hooray, alright, now the tunnel is connected to Twist Mountain. I'll call the guy who's in charge of the cart and go home. Yes, indeed, if we head right through this little cavern, Twist Mountain is somewhere ahead, but I don't want to explore this room quite yet because I think there's one more thing that we have to do in this room. At least I'm pretty sure there is. This room's a little bit confusing. Aha. Oh, trainer, want to ride this mining cart? Sure, why not? Oh, let's go buy mining cart. Where's this actually going to put me? I don't actually know where that put me. I'll be honest, my memory of this area is a little shaky because the last time I explored this area was back when the Japanese version of this game had just come out. So, forgive me if I get a little bit lost because I probably will get a little bit lost. Oh, this loop's right around here. Okay, that's no big deal. Alright, so, let's see here. If we head down here, is there anything? I don't think there is anything down here, so let's just fight this trainer right here. The tunnel to Twist Mountain is complete. I heard that and came running. Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure we didn't have to clear those rocks in order to get through Twist Mountain. But it's a nice thing, like a nice little gesture that we did that, especially since it's just another little bit of a shortcut, and you don't have to ride the minecart if you do that. Now, I'll be honest, riding a minecart in this game is not nearly as entertaining as it is in The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. Anyone who's watched my playthrough of that, it's a lot more entertaining, we'll say the least, when you do that. Alrighty, down goes Swoobat, a Pokemon that we amusingly still don't have, but we will be getting at some point decently soon. Alrighty, I've been looking at my list of Pokemon that we have yet to catch, and we're actually coming down to the wire here. It's kind of crazy. Alrighty, we have Torkoal right here. I think a Surf will do just fine. One interesting thing I suppose I can mention is those boulders that we needed Rock Smash to move. Those are actually the strength boulders from Diamond and Pearl, which is a really random little detail, and that is the only place in any Generation 5 game where those rocks actually appear, and you don't need strength to move them, you need Rock Smash, which is a little amusing. And I'll be honest, I really, really like the way they've handled strength in Generations 5 and 6, because once you push a rock into the hole that is nearby, it'll never ever move, so eventually you won't have to keep strength on you at all, which is amazing. Alrighty, Gastrodon has strength from, I want to say when we were exploring the Muravi Cirrus is when we taught that. And right behind here we have an HP up, which is definitely a good item. And over here, we have a Nugget, which is also definitely a good item, although I think we're probably set on funds for the rest of the LP. And right here we have a Water Stone, which I don't personally need, but you might find it useful. And it looks like there's also something on this island that we want to grab, so let's check this out. Am I correct about that? Yes. A Steel Gem, which I think only Magnezone could really make use of on our team if we were to decide to do so. Alrighty, right on over here. I think we can fight this worker next. Fight me. There we go. We dig and we dig until we break through. What could be waiting on the other side? Now, this area was not in the original Black and White. It's only in Black and White 2, and I think it's a really, really cool idea for an area, because it feels like, and I feel this way about quite a few of the areas that were added in Black and White 2, I feel like this area, voice crack, has a really neat little backstory to it. I mean, it's believable, which I think is awesome. It wasn't just added for the sake of adding something and sort of shoehorned in, but you could totally believe that Clay, the gym leader of Driftvale City, would have started a mine in Driftvale City and connected all of these caves. It's just a really, really nice little detail, and I just really like it because it doesn't feel like it was just randomly added in for no good reason at all. It feels like it has purpose, I guess, and I think that's a really neat thing that they did. I don't know, it's just, I just like that a lot. I feel like the Ruby and Sapphire remakes didn't pull that off quite as well. I feel like any new areas in that game sort of just appeared. But I feel like that Black and White 2 executed the growth of the Unova region very well and in a very believable way, and I just like that a lot. Alrighty. Conkeldurr coming out next. I'm pretty sure we fought one of these back at the Elite Four, and I think it was lower level than this, so these guys are pretty powerful. Looks like it's charging up for a Focus Punch. Luckily, we hit it for all it's worth, so even if it does survive, it is not getting off a hit this turn, but it doesn't survive, so it doesn't even matter. Alrighty, that is one more trainer down. Now, is there anything of interest up this way? Let's see. There is that guy, of course. Now, I have to wonder if back where the other end of this was, if we can now pass through the cavern. I personally doubt it, though, so I'm not even going to try. Alrighty, I think we have one more trainer in this room, and one more battle to do, although there's going to be more battles in other rooms. One thing I do like about this area is it is quite a bit smaller than Twist Mountain. There's only 9 trainers in the entire area, and none of them are ace trainers, and I think we can all be very, very thankful for that, and this matchup is not at all optimal, so I am going to switch over to Garchomp. Alrighty, Garchomp ought to be able to clean this Excadrill up, no problem. Aha, Sandstorm, completely useless for you, buddy, because Garchomp is in fact a ground type. So let's just nail this thing with an Earthquake. I don't expect this thing to survive. I mean, it might, but I don't expect it to. Nice, there we go. Get a bit more experience for that, and up next we have Nidoking, and I think I want to switch over to Victini for this, because Victini is almost assuredly faster than this thing. So we should be able to get off a Psychic, no big deal. Why is my game lagging? I have no idea why this is happening, to be honest. Sometimes this just happens randomly, and sometimes it does it a lot, and sometimes it does it a little, but it's effectively random, and I have no idea why it does this. I feel like it's probably the one big shortcoming with this series is because that seems to happen decently often, and I just have no idea why it happens, and I usually have to restart the whole computer to make it stop doing it. Luckily, it seems to have sort of cleared up for now. Really not sure what's up with that. It's one of those things that's just really frustrating, but I don't know how to fix it. Ah well. We'll just wrap up this fight, and then I'll probably have to reboot the game. It's really frustrating how this happens, although luckily up until now it usually doesn't happen during fights, which is good. I guess it's just one of those awkward times. But anyway, another trainer down. And yeah, it's really bad now. I'm gonna reboot the game. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Hopefully for the rest of the episode. Really hope that doesn't happen again. Anyway, right through here is actually Miss Stralton Cave. That's mainly just a neat little detail because we have already explored this entire area, so I am just going to head back into the clay tunnel, and that is where we are going to be continuing our exploration. Now right up this way is one last little portion of the cave, and this area's got, I want to say, 4 trainers in it, which will be every last trainer in Clay Tunnel, which I think is really nice. First up, we have a Pokemon Ranger right here. One thing I am really liking is that none of these trainers so far have had 6 Pokemon, which I think is really good because trainers with 6 Pokemon, they take a lot of time. as evidenced by last episode, which wound up being nearly 50 minutes, probably on account of, like, 2 ace trainers with full teams, or was it 3? It might have actually been 3. Yeah, I think it was 3. There were 3 trainers last episode with full teams of 6. That is insane. Alrighty, anyway, we're going to bring down this Fortress right here. And it's just me, or is the game lagging again? Please don't do this to me, game. Ay ay ay. I honestly don't know what the problem could possibly be. I did try deleting some really old recordings for the series off of my recording drive, and I have also switched to using the 64-bit version of my recording program, but that still doesn't seem to make it work. It seems to just do it randomly. Something tells me this is going to be the episode of crippling lag for no reason, which is really annoying. I mean, I guess it's not crippling, but you can feel the choppiness, and if you listen closely, you can probably hear it, and it's incredibly frustrating when this happens. So incredibly frustrating. Man, the game is slowing down. I just... Ugh. Yeah, you kind of get to hear me rant about this for some reason, because I have no clue what is going on right here. The only thing I haven't tried is updating my emulator, which, honestly, I'm a little bit nervous to do, mainly because RetroArch is not the easiest thing to set up and keep set up. Oh my god, are we really lagging this hard? What is the deal right now? Okay. Yeah, once we finish this fight, I'm gonna have to restart the game again! Are you kidding me? Ay 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 ay. Trust me guys, if I knew how to fix this problem, I would fix it, but I don't know how to fix it, so I can't fix it. Alright, my recording software says we're at about 47 frames per second. I honestly don't believe that. I think we're down at 20 at this point. Yikes. And this is the first time it's happened, like, during a battle, which is kinda disappointing. And I don't use save states, so I can't just save state and reboot the game now, so we just have to beat this guy going at this alarmingly slow pace. And then reboot the game after that. Is this guy's last Pokemon? Please tell me it is. Yes, it is. Holy cow, that was rough. Alright, what's he gonna give us? A Lumberry at a crippling frame rate. Alright, I am going to restart the game again. I will be right back. Alrighty, hopefully she can stay with me for the rest of this episode. Ay ay ay, alright. Metal Coat right there, which is pretty interesting. You might need that, I personally don't. But it's a nice little thing to grab. And let's see, right up here we have, ooh, is this an item? It is a Poison Gem, very good. And yet another trainer, which I believe is the third last one in the area. You may not find treasure by digging, but blah 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 blah. Let's fight you. I'll be honest, some games have really creative NPC dialogue, but I feel like Pokemon is not one of those games. I feel like a lot of the NPC dialogue in Pokemon games isn't really all that interesting, at least most of it isn't. I'm sure some of it is, but a lot of it is just... I guess. Alright, so I did try one new thing when I rebooted the game this time. I do have a mini fridge, I don't want to say right next to, but pretty close to my computer, and I'm wondering if maybe that might be interfering with the operation of my computer itself, which I don't think that would be the case, because this only happens when I'm recording the Pokemon LP, but it's probably worth a shot. So I've unplugged the fridge for the rest of this episode. There's nothing too critical in there, so we probably shouldn't run into too many problems. But yeah, I'm hoping that's it, because if that's not it, I honestly have no idea what's up with that whole lag problem. Alrighty, we have Sturdy kicking in, which is a little unfortunate. And he's going to use Double Edge. Alright, can we survive this? It would be amazing if we could. We can! Recoil brings down Graveler. Awesome. Alrighty, up next is Probopass, which I think also has Sturdy, so I think we're going to bring out Lucario just so we can get the quad weakness on this thing. Hopefully we'll get lucky. By the way, I think Probopass is one of the most hilarious Pokemon out there. I mean, just look at it. It's a nose with this giant mustache. And that's literally what it is. That's just really, really funny to me. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, it's one of the more out there designs in the series, and I just find it really funny to look at. And I'm one of those people that's old enough to actually remember when this Pokemon leaked out to the internet when Diamond and Pearl came out, and the reactions were hilarious to say the least. Alrighty, down goes another trainer. Very good. Head right on up here, and there is an item. A Max Revive. Wow, that is a good item. And another trainer for us to fight. Keep on digging. Nice that you got something to aim for, buddy. Alright, how many Pokemon do you have? 2. That's actually not terrible. Alright, first one up is an Onix, which we may or may not be able to take out with a Magnezone. It really depends on what this Onix decides to open up with, but we'll give it a shot. Another Quick Claw. I'm pretty sure Quick Claw only has like a 20-something% chance of kicking in. We've been getting it a lot. Not that I'm complaining, in fact that's awesome, it's just not something you expect to happen as often as it is. Alrighty, up next we have Steelix. I think Lucario would probably be a good aim for this thing. Now I don't remember if Steelix is Steel Ground or Steel Rock. I think it's Steel Ground, which means this will only be double type effectiveness. But it'll probably bring it down anyway, because Lucario is quite a powerhouse when it comes to fighting type attacks. Oh wow, it actually survived that. Why did you use Sandstorm? I wonder if it has like one of those Sand Veil abilities or something like that, where it boosts its evasion or something like that in a Sandstorm. There's a lot of abilities that take effect during weather, and I can't remember what all of them do off the top of my head. Alrighty, but anyway, that's one more trainer down. And somewhere around here, there is one last guy. Aha, here it is. Well, here she is. Rather? Alrighty, how many Pokemon does the Ace, not the Ace Trainer, God forbid, does the Pokemon Ranger have? 4. That's quite a few, but I think we can get through it. Alright, opening up with a Ferrothorn, which is probably the worst matchup for Magnezone you could possibly think of, so I think we want to switch into Victini for this one. Alrighty. Now, Ferrothorn is pretty interesting to me because in Generation 5 it looks like it's hanging off of some invisible ceiling, but in Generation 6 it looks like it's walking on those 3 appendages, which is quite different, but I personally think I like that one a little bit better because Ferrothorn is not capable of flight, and the sprite in Generation 5 kind of seems to imply that. So I feel like I like the Generation 6, I guess we'll call it a sprite, for that Pokemon a little bit better just because like it looks funnier and it's a little bit more believable. Anyway, we're really overkilling it here by hitting this jump left with a Flare Blitz, but oh well, I think we can do it. There we go. Not too much recoil, and Victini gets level 78, which is awesome. Okay. Up next is Blossom. Now, I'm not sure if Victini can dole out another one of those Flare Blitz, so I think we're gonna do U-turn instead, because I think that can knock this thing out. Blossom is not a very bulky Pokemon. Oh wow, it actually took that quite handily. Okay. Well, let's just switch over to... Garchomp seems good. There are other Pokemon that are probably better suited to fight this thing, but... of course. Ah well. If only Stunspore was electric type, but it's not. And wow, it's actually faster than us. I would think that even a paralyzed Garchomp would be faster than a Blossom, but apparently not. And we are paralyzed and can't move. Eek. Alright, how much is this gonna do? Not a whole lot. And we're going to counter back with a Dragon Claw, and that is going to hurt you quite a bit, I would imagine. Yes. Very good. Last up is Registeel. I think I want to switch over to Lucario for this one. I think fighting is super effective on Registeel. I actually don't remember off the top of my head if fighting is normal to grass or neutral or not effective on grass. Let's try it. I think it'll be super effective. Yeah, it is. Awesome. Please don't have sturdy. Oh wow, it actually just survived straight up. Oh well. I'll be honest, I feel like Lucario has been... I don't want to say a bad team member, I would never say that, but I feel like it's been slightly underperforming to what I would expect from a Lucario, because it seems to go down quite easily, and when I expect it to get KOs, it doesn't. But I suppose that's just the nature of a difficulty hack. And we get another Lumberry, which is definitely appreciated. And up this way, I think is something special. I think that's the no wait, no, this is... Yeah, this actually leads to Twist Mountain, so we've already explored this area, as evidenced by the last episode, but yeah, that's where it comes out. Pretty neat. But yeah, we want to come down this way, because I think we actually have to come at this room for a different angle. Alright, so let's try riding this minecart. Where's this going to spit us out? It spits us out... Aha, it spits us out over here, which is the other... I want to say this is the room that we entered from, which means we can push this. And there should be an item right around here, yeah. Another rare bone, which is very nice. Yeah, this is the entrance room that we were just in, which means, yes, we fought all these trainers already. So let's head right up here. Am I correct about this? Yeah, we can push this. And we get a green shard. Now what's your deal, guy? Oh, trainer, want to ride this mining cart? Yeah. And this should take us... where? This will take us here. Wow, this is actually a bigger bit of a maze than I thought. Alright, where's this one going to go? It goes here, which is... I think we were in this room earlier. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 rooms, but yeah, this area is a little bit confusing after a while, I guess. Let's come right over here. And we've got iron. Very nice. Now what's through this door? Another strength boulder. Alrighty, and this should take us to that other minecart that we could see earlier. Am I correct about this? Yes. Yes, I am. Alright. And I believe if we ride this particular minecart, it will take us almost to where I think we need to go. Push that, and we are back in this room again. Man, this area is quite a bit more of a maze than I thought. Anyway, let's grab a big nugget right there, which sells for a ton of money if you know who to talk to. And in here, the music has actually changed. This area is a bit special. What is going on with this door? It leads to a different place depending on whether the moon is out or not. Oh, really? That seems pretty mysterious. Anyway, I think what we want to do is walk right up to it, because we can actually walk right into this room. And we have a little bit of a puzzle right here. As you can see, there is a bit of an activated statue in this room. I do not want to have a repel up for this area, because there is actually a Pokemon I want to catch. So if we can encounter it, that would be awesome. Unfortunately, that was not it. Now, is there anything over here that we can grab? I don't believe there is, but I guess it's worth a shot. Plus, we could check out that statue. Let's see, does it say anything important? Chamber of the one that joins the moon in protecting this place. Interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff indeed. But anyway, right up here is something of importance. Oh wow, it's actually more maze. Okay. What do these say? The world is split into 2, day and night. Black and white. Eerie indeed. Very eerie indeed. And there are actually more statues we can see. I can tell I'm going to hate myself later for having to cut out all of these fights, but it's definitely worth checking out. 2 answers are needed to find the true path. Courageous one. Let me tell you the answer I know. Check the ground 9 steps right, and blank steps down from the eyeball. The other answer can only be found when the sun is in the sky. Interesting indeed. Right down here is the Pokemon I want to catch. Nice. Here we have Sandslash, which is the evolved form of Sandshrew. I don't remember when we caught Sandshrew, but I'm sure it was quite a while ago. So let's catch it right here and now. Critical capture. Haven't had one of those in quite a while, actually, so it's very nice to get one right here. The spikes on its body are made up of its hardened hide. It rolls up and attacks foes with its spikes. Very nice. Transfer that to box 18. And that gives me free license to throw up a Repel, because that is the only Pokemon I wanted to catch in this area. Alrighty, Repel is now up. Let's bring up the dowsing machine again, even though I don't think there's anything of worth in here. The protectors were born of rock, ice, and magma. Now, one thing that's definitely worth noting, that statue gave one of 2 hints. The only other hint is available when the time of day is actually different. Don't know why it says the sun has to be in the sky, considering it is currently 3:45 p.m. when I'm recording this. But yeah, if you come back when it's a different time of day, the statue will tell you 6 steps down and blank steps right, which gives us the total of 9 steps right and 6 steps down. So I'm going to go back out this way, because I'm pretty sure that's where this quote-unquote eyeball is. And let's see what happens, because I'm sure it'll be interesting. Because I believe this right here is the eyeball. So we want 9 steps right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 6 steps down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. An old switch is at your feet. Step on it? We shall. A loud, heavy sound echoed on the other side of the door. Now, I guess that's cheating a little bit, but I mean, I would have just jump cut to getting the other hint anyway, so this just saves us a bit of time, and I'm pretty sure the map is indeed identical. At least I think it is. But anyway, this circle is now red. If we walk up to the door now and head on inside, the layout of this room is different. Rock Peak Chamber. Very interesting stuff. Head right on over here, and at the end of it, there is a legendary Pokemon, and also a statue right behind it. Let's see what it says. It protects this place with the power of rock. Very nice. Now, as you can imagine, I want to heal up my party and save the game, so I'm going to do that right now. Alrighty, everyone is healed up, and I have saved the game. Let us confront this mysterious Pokemon. The Pokemon statue that exudes the power of rock started moving. Here we have the legendary Pokemon Regirock, level 65. This is one of 3 legendary Pokemon of a trio that can be found in the Hoenn region. I'm going to be opening up with Thunderbolt just so I can cross my fingers and hope we can get a paralysis on this thing. I don't know if it can survive it though, so this is basically just an experiment. Wow, that was basically perfect. Unfortunately, we did not get the paralysis, and of course, once again, I am an idiot and forget to just throw the quick ball on the first turn. I keep doing that. Oh well. But honestly, I really don't have much to say about this legendary. It's a very by-the-books defensive rock type, so I think we're just gonna jump cut to catching it. There we go, Regirock was caught. That was not painful whatsoever, which I'm very happy about. Its entire body is made of rock. If any part chips off in battle, it attaches rocks to repair itself. Very nice. Send Regirock to box 18, but are we done here? No, indeed we are not. If we head back out to the beginning of the area, in fact, something very interesting will happen. Something very interesting that was only added in Blaze Black 2. This actually operates completely differently from the original game. Are you here to explore the ruins? Take these keys. They might help you navigate around the place. And we will get the Univalink key to unlock the Iron Chamber. Obtained the Iron Key. Iron Chamber can now be selected in Mystery Door. Keys can be sent and received via infrared communications to blah blah blah, because we can't do this because we're on an emulator. And we will also obtain the key for the Iceberg Chamber. Very nice. Obtained the Iceberg Key. Iceberg Chamber can now be selected in Mystery Door. And actually not skippable text. And there we go. That actually pertains to this door, as you might expect. You might recall that in the very first episode we received keys to change the difficulty, which I never used. These keys, however, I want to make use of. So I'm going to save the game and then reboot, and I will meet you guys on the file select screen, which I don't think we've ever seen in the LP, so we're going to be breaking some new ground here. Alrighty, here we are on the file select screen. It's really weird recording on this screen considering that we've never done it before. What you want to do is scroll down to Univalink. And we want to go into the key system. These other two things, since we are on an emulator, are completely useless to us. We want to go into the key system and change the settings. Down in Mystery Door, we can change which key we have activated. I want to activate the Iceberg Chamber first. It really doesn't matter which one you pick. It's completely up to personal preference. But yes, that will save to the game file. And the Mystery Door now leads to the Iceberg Chamber. Find it in the underground ruins. So, let us head back out and back into our game file. And here we are back in our game file. It's still spring, that hasn't changed, but now, since we have tripped the key, we may enter into the door, and something different is going to happen. As you can see, this circle is now blue. Iceberg Chamber. Head right on through here. Please be an item. Yeah, Dark Gem, very nice. Right up here, the floor has changed, and so has the Pokemon in this chamber. It protects this place with the power of ice. Once again, I am going to heal the team and save the game, and then we are going to be challenging yet another legendary Pokemon. Alrighty, we are all healed up, the game is saved, let us confront... Repel's effect wearing off. Sure, we'll use another one. The Pokemon statue that exudes the power of ice started moving. And here we have Regice, or Regice, or however you pronounce it. Even the anime can't make up its mind. This thing is basically the same as Regirock, except it is Ice-type. Let's see if it can actually take a Thunderbolt. I'm not sure if it can, but we're going to give it a shot. Alright, please don't let this knock it out. It probably will, knowing my luck. And I just remembered, I forgot the freaking Quick Ball again. Jeez, what is wrong with me? And wow, that did much less damage than it did to Regirock. Not that I'm complaining. In fact, I think it can actually take another Thunderbolt, so let's try it. Please don't get a critical. Really wouldn't want a critical right about now. Nice, there we go. That's perfect HP. Unfortunately, we still don't get the paralysis, which is disappointing, but I guess the statistically more likely option for us. Alrighty, now that we have done that, really not much else to say about Regice. It's the exact same as Regirock, pretty much, except it is Ice type, so let's catch it. That was literally the third throw. That is amazing. Wow. That was awesome. Its body is made of ice from the Ice Age. It controls frigid air of negative 328 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, that was probably some really clean round number in Celsius, but the SI system has no place here in Murica. But anyway, now that we have done that, we need to exit this room again, because, as you might imagine, we want to switch the key. So I am going to head back to the file screen, and we are going to be switching out the key. Alrighty, here we are back at the title screen. Let's head back into Univalink, and then head back into Key System, Settings, Mystery Door, and we want to change it now to the Iron Chamber. And now we can head back to the Underground Ruins and see what that will net us. And we are back to the Mystery Door once again. For the last time, let's head right on in and see what we can find. Inside, the ring is now this odd silvery color. Iron Chamber. And we head in the back room, and once again, the floor has changed, the legendary has changed, and the statue has changed. It protects this place with the power of steel. Very nice. You know the drill by now. Saving, healing, the works. Alrighty, now that we have saved the game once again, let us confront the final legendary to be found in this place. The Pokemon statue that exudes the power of steel started moving. Alrighty, last up on the chopping block is Registeel, which is basically the same as Regirock and Regice, except it is Steel type. Now, I'm pretty sure this Pokemon is the most specially defensive out of the three, if I am remembering correctly. So I think this Thunderbolt will actually do minimal damage to it. Actually, no, it's about the same amount as it did to Regice. In fact, a little bit more. So I think I want to do Flash Cannon instead, because I really don't trust myself to not knock it out with Thunderbolt, considering how much it just did. Alrighty, not very effective. Chipped it down a little bit. It's not in the red yet, but honestly, I haven't had much trouble with these things so far, so I think we are just going to try and catch it. That was the first throw. That was not a cut. That was not a cut. Wow. Okay, we just caught Registeel in one Dusk Ball. That's pretty much the best thing ever. Tempered by pressure underground over tens of thousands of years, its body cannot be scratched. Yeah, this thing's serious business. Alrighty. Man, that was awesome. Now that we have done that, we can actually leave this area entirely. We can leave the Underground Ruins, we can leave Clay Tunnel, we can leave the entire thing, so that is what we are going to be doing now. Alrighty, here we are back in Driftvale City. That is absolutely everything that can be done in that dungeon, which is pretty awesome. Now what I want to do is I want to head back to the Pokemon Center, and we're going to take care of one last little thing. What we want to do is go into our PC and grab all 3 legendary Pokemon that we just caught. After that, we are going to be heading to the icy room in Twist Mountain that we saw last episode. So I'm going to do all that, and I will meet you guys right over there. Alrighty, and here we are back in Twist Mountain. If we check out my Pokemon, I have Regirock, Regice, and Registeel in my party, and that is very important for what we are going to do. I was originally going to leave this for a later episode, but I feel like it's really worth showing here since we just caught those other legendary Pokémon. But anyway, you might recall this chamber from last time. We need to explore it in its entirety in order to proceed. So what first we need to do is, I believe we need to push this boulder. I left my Pokemon with strength at the Pokemon Center. Alright, I guess someone else is getting strength this episode. Since it honestly doesn't matter and I'm not going to use it anyway, I got rid of Iron Defense on Regirock in order to do this. Really honestly doesn't matter considering you are required to bring something that is capable of learning strength into this area in order to get what you need. I guess it doesn't really matter. So let's push that in there, and push that in there, and we may now proceed this way, where we may push this up, and then I think we want to head around this way. Oh no, we actually can't hit it from that direction quite yet. Alright, now we want to head around this way. Alrighty, and then up, and then we should be able to push it right the way over here. Now, as you might imagine, I want to save, so I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that we have saved, we have this chamber. David read the engraved writing. A body of steel, to summon the king, such a thing must be obtained. A body of rock, to summon the king, such a thing must be obtained. A body of ice, to summon the king, such a thing must be obtained. Very interesting indeed. We have obtained all of these things. Let us summon the king. It's a statue of a Pokemon. It exudes tremendous power. Not gonna lie, I jumped a little bit when that happened. Alrighty, here we go. This is Regigigas. This is basically the trio master of Regirock, Regice, and Registeel. I'm not going to forget this time. Let's see if we can get super lucky with this Quick Ball. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot. One, two, three. Oh my god, we did it! Oh, holy crap, I am so glad I decided to do this now. Regigigas has quite a low catch rate. Holy crap, that actually happened. Oh yes, that was awesome! It is said to have made Pokemon that look like itself from a special ice mountain, rocks, and magma. Very interesting indeed. I cannot believe that just happened. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. Wow. Alright, that was quite easy. Now that we have done that, I am going to head back outside to the world above. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get over how amazing that was. Alrighty, let's head back to the Pokemon Center and heal, and then I think we will be good to... Actually, wait, no, we didn't even do any fighting. So that's just it. I don't even have to heal, we're done. Wow. This episode was probably very, very long, but that final battle against Regigigas right there, that was definitely a spectacle to behold. But anyway, I think we'll end things off here. So, this past episode of Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we explored the entirety of the Clay Tunnel, and we caught 4 legendary golems hidden deep beneath the earth. And next time on Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we are going to be heading back to Route 16, because we are going to be heading off to another area that is restricted to the post-game of Pokemon Blaze Black 2. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time!